Jesus is a poem from my collection, Prophetic Children. And this collection is about Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Mohammed. And they are like four narrative about their childhood and their lives. And I think they are very inspiring for each of us today anyway, because they went through difficult times, but they kept hope and they kept a message for the humanity anyway. Jesus. I knew the beauty of my mother like a butterfly with the wings of an eagle, so young at my conception, her voice like a child's. I loved the supple grace of her walk, her laugh's resonance. She prayed day and night in a temple, her prayers soaked into my fragile skin. I could smell the incense she offered to the gods. I loved being in her womb, calm, comforting. She was still unmindful of my life. Suddenly, my mother had stopped dancing, singing, even praying. Her hands were full of fear, her body shrinking with me inside. Wherever I turned, I felt her unease, heard her pain, her tears. Her face had lost the brightness of its smile, her pillow dampened by her tears. My gentle kicks to comfort her in vain. Was she drowning? My mother became like an arched bow, hugging her knees, curling in on herself. Me besieged. Oh, mother, give me space to flow. One morning, we traveled for a whole day. The words of Elizabeth, my aunt, were soothing. You will give birth to a king child, she whispered to my mother. Her presence radiated peace. She was pregnant too. John I will call him, she said. With her baby, I felt intimate, identical. We were already spiritual twins. I loved Mary more with each new day, yet couldn't comfort her nor hug her. The taste of her sorrow filled my blood. Her heart, full of tenderness, was my only escape. Yet she had been running away since I was conceived. From whom, for what? I didn't know. Would my birth set her free? My place of birth near the eastern slopes of Bethlehem smelt strange, damp of goats. The cold of the world penetrated my fragile bones. I hoped Mary would free me soon. The moment of my birth, I saw circles of light around me. I felt so glad to be born, as though I was on the top of the world. Mary's breasts were tender, her milk like nourishing tears. My attachment to her no language could explain. She was my connection to the world, to the beyond. I wished she would keep the cord between me and her. Mary heard Joseph whispering about a predestined child. Why should she be the mother for such a child? She, desperate with back pain and heartache. Joseph was blaming Mary for having a boy. Palaces of rage in his mind. Joseph's eyes frightened my heart. He and I were like fire and oil, each burning the other, as though I, his son, was to blame. Should he love me, save me, or hate me? What to do with me, with Mary, with his life? His voice reached me in the stillness of the night, imploring the comets to show him the way. Neither the moonlight nor his wisdom enough to guide him. One evening, fearful whispers filled the world. A slaughter of children had begun. I sensed my father's nightmare tormenting his thought. Stop murdering all the babies. The lamb you seek to hunt is mine. I drowned in the anguish of Joseph. Guilt and sorrow agonized his heart. I heard the screams in his mind of children calling to him to save them. Then the silence of his dream. I am no prophet to heal his nightmares. One full moon night, I shared Joseph's new and tender dream. Abraham was whispering into his heart to protect me, then an angel calming the ocean of his tears. That dawn, I saw the eyes of Joseph full of tenderness. His first fatherly hug lifted my heart like wings. Son, I promise you my protection, my love. I knew at that moment love had been kindled in his heart. I murmured, Joseph, be my father on earth, love me. A nourishing cord started to grow between us. I forgot my troubled visions. With the falling night, a new journey began. I was traveling in a caravan. I loved the domed sky, the warmth by the Nile. I could count the stars one by one. Peace dwelled between Mary and Joseph. I felt free. The rebel growing inside me was already adolescent. My refuge was the Quarantine Mountain, the caves of Qumran. Loneliness, anguish. Then light, enlightenment, wisdom, light, enlightenment. "40 days and nights, like months extending into years, I talked and talked to my loving, compassionate God. I was eager to walk the whole earth. My journey drew me to Tyre, Babylon, Byzantium, even India. Some journeys were real, others miraculous through time and space. I saw fear in the eyes of a lamb. I listened to the alphabet of the wind. I learned the language of birds. I witnessed hope emerging from darkness. I felt the mountain silent whispering, I touched wordless souls. I walked through time. I walked through time. God whispered into the 4 rooms of my heart. I saw my prophecy. Everything was so alive. No creature should ever be sacrificed again. No more blood of any kind will run, I said. No more blood of any kind will run, I cried. Amongst friends, neighbors, foreigners, I saw myself attaining a new dimension of knowledge. Healing winds, raising the dead. The only wounded soul I couldn't heal was my own. I foresaw my wings nailed. I foresaw my wings nailed. My body stretched on a cross. My heart emptied of life. Strangely, I continued to breathe. I sensed my followers would reach beyond my Hebrew tribe. My name filled millions of hearts with love and tenderness. Was that enough for me? Wounded child as I was it enough to be blessed by the children who died for me? My destiny was a burden for my beloved ones, my followers, even for my beloved Father. Yet my journey was to put an end to suffering, to liberate the soul, to reach another level of consciousness. I started to love the music of that world, consciousness. Love was a flowing river in my life. My disciples, my followers, Mary Magdalene, Mary of Bethany, my mother. But I was searching for the unique love of God, the Absolute. On my cross, I could hear my heart whispering, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? God, don't abandon me on the last day of my life. God, be my eternal Father. Oh God, let me be the last to suffer on earth. Oh God, let me bring an end to anguish, pain, sorrow on the earth. Let me be the last lamb to be sacrificed. Let the world see an infinite light through my soul. Let the world see an infinite light through my soul.